Hello, entrepreneurs. My name is Bimal Shah. I'm on a mission to make pioneers out of entrepreneurs by helping you achieve your 3 year goal in 1 year that's tied to your 25-year vision and 5 year moonshot. I do it through weekly sprints and 90-day leaps. This is the Pioneers Academy podcast, and I'm on a mission to make a million pioneers. And I thought this podcast channel will help you achieve your 3 year goal and jump to the next level. I'm going to be showing lots of training and lots of great episodes, so join on this podcast and get all the training and resources you need to achieve your 3 year goal in 1 year and make yourself a pioneer. I wrote 13 books, Becoming a Pioneer, and you can get all those 13 books on Amazon. We're going to give away to every listener who listens on this podcast a $100 Amazon gift card so you can get all the books and learn how to become a pioneer.
Welcome to the Pioneers Academy podcast. Before we dive into today's episode, we want to take a moment to acknowledge everyone affected by the recent hurricane. We know that these natural disasters bring unmanageable challenges. From the emotional toll to the physical damage, our hearts go out to everyone working to rebuild their lives and businesses. Today's episode is about providing hope and practical guidance to those impacted, showing that even in the aftermath of disaster, there are ways to recover and grow. We're honored to have with us today Bimal Shah, the founder of Rajport Achievers LLC and a creator of the 1 year breakthrough. Bimal has helped countless business recover and thrive through tough times. And he's here to share how hurricane relief programs can serve as a powerful tool for business growth. Bimal, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you very much for having me here. Again, so sad to hear about the damage that the hurricane has done to its one in a 1,000 year type of flooding, and the damage it has done to the state of Florida, especially the Tampa Bay area and the West Coast. So our hearts go out to those families who are suffering, and this episode is dedicated to providing relief and resources and the much needed things that you need, because there's a lot of things that you need to take care of, and we are providing all the resources to help you. So there's almost like $425 billion of damage from Helena and Milton, the back-to-back hurricanes, and the flooding that and the tornadoes that happened from Milton was quite a disaster throughout the West Coast and many other parts of the East Coast of Florida, and some Central as well. So here to dive in and give you all the resources that you need to get relief and stay safe and take care of your family as well. So glad to provide this episode dedicated to this.
Exactly, Bimal. And I want to quickly recap what's been happening. The hurricane that hit last week has left a massive trail of destruction, particularly across the states you've mentioned. And reports indicates billions of dollars in damage. Many areas still without power and critical infrastructure. The FEMA or the FEMA and other agencies are stepping in to assist, but the road to recovery will be long and challenging for many. So now, let's help our listeners understand how they can start navigating through this. Based on such massive damage and destruction that has happened, where can everyone get the relief they want, and what is the amount, and how can they get started?
So I have made this process very easy and very simple. You can actually go to the link that we're gonna put in the show notes, and that's the Hurricane bit.ly, Hurricane Helena and Milton. So if you go bit.ly/, Hurricane Helena Milton Relief. So if you go to that link, and if you're listening to this podcast, the link will be posted in the show notes of the podcast and even on the YouTube if you're watching that. Click that link, provide us some of the basic information that we need, and we'll process the relief. We'll take everything from soup to nuts and get you the relief that you need. Now, as far as the amount that is needed, the amount that you can get is actually 42,500, up to 42,500 for your home damage. Now, many of the homes in Florida, with the property insurance, it's such a big mess right now with hurricane deductibles, going 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. Those deductibles, I mean, pretty much you are paying out of pocket for any expenses and things that you might need, whether it's damages to the roof, to the home, to the vehicle. So there's quite a bit of relief that's out there. We made it very easy. Just go on the link, put in some basic information. We'll take it soup to nuts and get you that relief. If you're a business owner and your business has been impacted, SBA is providing a disaster relief, that could be anywhere from 1.5 to million, depending on the economic loss, depending on the actual damage. So we made it easy. Again, go to that link, bit.ly/SBA relief. And once you click on that, ask you some basic questions that will allow us to get the information we need to work on the back end to get you what you need. So very simple. It will only take maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes of your time to go through this questionnaire. Once you provide that, we'll handle it, everything, no matter how many days, weeks it takes. We'll be working in the back end to get you that relief. And this is very important relief as it covers economic loss, it covers physical damage, it covers, what your hurricane deductible is, what your property insurance may not cover, what your business insurance may not cover. So all those things and all those gaps that are not covered can be covered, and you may get the relief. I strongly urge for everyone to apply and seek the relief. And we're making it very easy for you. Again, just 15 minutes of your time, maybe less than that, 10 minutes of your time, just giving us the basic information, and we'll do the heavy lifting to get you the big dollars that you need. So that's the overall nutshell of the resources and the two key links to getting the relief that you want.
That's incredible, and it's reassuring to know that these resources exist, especially during such overwhelming times. I think a lot of people might feel paralyzed to the scale of the damage, and knowing where to start, like applying to these specific programs, is really the first step toward taking control of the situation. And many listeners, I believe, appreciate hearing that they can begin by applying for relief sooner rather than later. And all they have to do is just to click on the show notes, right? And so now let's talk about the practical side. I mean, you mentioned already that we can cater, the team can cater everything from soup to nuts. So, what about the documentation? Is there any paper needed? What if they don't have the time?
So we can help you prepare the documentation. So, like there are some important documents for SBA relief, for the hurricane relief, if you don't have the insurance, or, we can follow up and get your insurance information, and then, with an authorization letter. So whatever is needed, we'll work in the back end to make it happen. But basic information, one thing that you will have to do, because only you can do that, is take pictures of your damage. So take really good pictures and video or whatever you can of the damage, because as soon as we file a claim, there will be an inspection of the actual damage. So we want to upload as much detail as we can, up there on the actual photographs and things like that. So you do want to take that and make that happen. But pretty much, very simple, basic information that we would need as far as documentation, and some of the other stuff, we can find it in the back end through other resources and, other places that we can find the information that we need. The questionnaire is designed for you to complete it in 10 minutes or less, and then we will then work on the back end to do all the heavy lifting to get you the funding, the follow through, and making sure that you have that. So that's the thing. And then the other thing you have, the good news is that anybody who has still not filed their tax returns, the deadlines have been extended to May 1 of 2025. And you also have time to pay the taxes. So, you have a big relief there on the income tax as well, if you haven't had a chance to file your returns for the last year, and you're taking an extension for this year. So that's some of the relief and how it would work.
It's great that there are platforms like yours, Bima, that simplify the process, like getting the professional help, like a grant writer. It's such a valuable suggestion. Like sometimes people just need that extra support to make sure that nothing slips through the cracks. Because, I can really imagine how daunting that must feel for business owners that has already under immense stress. And also, is there any deadline for this?
The main thing is you want to do it right now because this is all based on available funding from the Congress and from the government. And the more people apply, the sooner the funding will run out. So the more you wait, you may be running out of luck. Hey, there's no more money available. So do it right now. If you're early in the process, if we get your application, it's all first come, first serve basis. So even if the money comes later, as long as you're in queue to get that funding, and you're early in that queue, you can get that funding. But if you're coming in late and the money has run out, is substantial damage. I mean, substantial. I mean, you think about almost, cities, like, townships, communities, homes completely, destroyed, shattered completely. I mean, it's flat. And so there's substantial damage that a lot of people might be claiming, plus, some larger homes, their hurricane deductibles might be huge. And with the limits, that are set out there on these claims, they may not even cover the hurricane deductible. So it's very, very important that you get your claim in right now, so that you're in queue to get the money and we are in queue to get the disaster relief. And the disaster relief, in for business, it's very, very good in terms of, the loan. The terms are very good. It's like the ideal that we had during the pandemic, very low interest rate, 30-year period. You can't find those kind of terms from anywhere else, and especially right now with the high interest rates and the inflation and everything else that's going on. So a great opportunity for many businesses to dive in and get this. And the hurricane relief for the homeowners is grant and it's free money. You don't have to pay it back. So as long as you qualify and you get it, it's yours as long as you use it for taking care of the damages from the hurricane. So that's resources for every homeowner and business owner that I would strongly recommend to start. Anyone who's listening to this episode, as soon as they listen, take 10 minutes of your time and start the questionnaire. We'll get the process started.
That's exactly the best thing to do. So, for our listeners, please take your time now to apply so that the earlier you are on queue, the better. And so, let's address a crucial part of the process. How can they expect to get the relief and the money? Is there any money they can receive and guarantee? And what's the process after applying?
So once they apply, obviously you're in queue. The timeline that is set right now is about 4 to 6 weeks for funding, and there might be some immediate relief that the government may release right away. So by getting in the queue, there may be some, depending on the severity of your damage, there may be some immediate relief that might be sent to you right away. So I would strongly recommend that, you start right now so that we can get you, and the immediate relief can come matter of a week or 48 hours depending on how the severe the damage is. And then the other parts may come in 3 to 4 weeks, and the SBA relief in 4 to 8 weeks. So you want to make sure that you get into when the funding. And so the sooner you start, the better off you are. Right now we're in the early days because we're probably just in a week from the hurricane. A few days from the hurricane. So this is a very good time to get started and start applying. The longer you wait, chances are, the funds will run out because the damage was huge. I mean, like I said, we're looking at $450 billion of total damage to the hurricane.
I completely agree. So they should file right now. They should start it right now. And yeah, again, for our listeners, we would like to highlight that that only depends on the damages of the hurricane cost and left to each individuals. And so yeah, knowing what to expect after applying is really essential. It's a relief to hear that the process is really straightforward and that there's a clear communications from the agencies, and understanding that funds can come through directly makes it more manageable for those who need immediate assistance. It's great to hear that for our listeners, I believe. Listeners might be wondering about other options. Um, can people get other grants or free money beyond these disaster specific ones that you've mentioned?
So there are some other grants, the 1099 self and employed independent contractors, that grant is still available. It's up to $32,000. And there are other state grants, federal grants, minority grants, and many other grants that have nothing to do with the pandemic. They have nothing to do with the disaster, but they're available. So you can go to the link in the show notes, bit.ly/grants now. Go through the questionnaire, answer a few questions, take 5 minutes of your time, and then just go through that so we know what your profile looks like, and we can get back to you and tell you this is what you're going to get and this is the next step. And then the other part is, a lot of these grants and relief, they ask for your direct deposit information, so the institutions can directly deposit the funds into your bank account, the fastest way to get the money and the relief. So that is also happening, so please take care of that. And then the other part is, you get many other resources that are available. So there's a link for the self-employment SETC grant, and there's a link for all the other grants now. So click on the show notes. You will have all the links on the show notes, and people are watching this on YouTube. We'll also put these links on the show notes as well.
That's really eye-opening, Bimal. A lot of people might not know about these other grants beyond what's directly related to the hurricane. It's so easy to get focused on the immediate relief, and overlook things like deductions and specific grants for contractors. You made it clear, and that there's more help available than many people realize. It's just a matter of digging deeper and exploring all the possibilities out there.
Great, great. And I also, written several things in my books also. So the 11th book was just also launched, and it became #1 in new release as soon as it was launched. So you can get the books. We're giving away $100 Amazon gift card, up to $100. You don't even have to spend any money. You can get all my books. So we'll put the link in the show notes for the $100 Amazon gift card. Get that gift card, utilize the books, the resources, plenty of resources to help you grow your business, scale your business to the next level, take your team to the next level, and take yourself to the next level. And also dig deep on all these different grants and other resources that are available that you may not be aware of. So, and then plenty of tools. Tools, one page, all my tools are one page tools. So you can plan everything on a single page and take your business to the next level. And many there, men, I think book #5, I have one line algorithms and how you can build algorithms for your business and scale ready algorithms. So great resources. you know Take the books, to use the $100 gift card. I'm giving it away.
I love the approach, Bimal, like turning recovery into an opportunity for growth. It's not just about patching things up and going back to the way they were, but using the moment to innovate and improve, right? I think that mindset shift can be really powerful for our listeners. Thank you so much for always giving us this hope and knowledge.
Thank you very much for joining us. And, take yourself, don't worry about this disaster. You know what? The help is here. Take 5 to 10 minutes of your time, go through this questionnaire, and the links will get you the relief, will get you the resources. So get started and then utilize the gift card to get all the books and make yourself a pioneer. Thank you.
Thank you also with the free tools you've mentioned. Thank you for that. It sounds like our listeners can really access a full package support from you, and yeah, looking forward for them to move on for this very sad disastrous experience they experienced recently. And thank you so much for giving away $100 Amazon book gift card.
Thank you all. Looking forward to seeing you on my next episode. Until then, goodbye and take care of yourself. Hello, pioneers and entrepreneurs. My name is Bimal Shah. I'm on a mission to make pioneers out of entrepreneurs by helping you achieve your 3 year goal in 1 year that is tied to your 25-year vision and 5 year moonshot. I do it through 90-day leaps and weekly sprints and through my own proprietary 4 leap system. I've also written 13 books, the Becoming a Pioneer series. I've founded the Pioneers Academy, the Pioneers platform, and several resources that help you on several different platforms: the Thrive platform, Transform platform, and Transcend platform. So these are resources and tools that I built for you to double your business in a year and scale exponentially and become the only one in your business.